if I'm going to do this, I might as well record it. Hello everybody, someone's watching over there. So, fragging is just long overdue, so I'm going to be starting to frag a bunch of corals for my tank. I've got a bunch that I need to go trade in for some credit, and I'll probably be making at least 50 frags today. The tank has corals almost touching the glass, so that's what I need to do. doing right there was helping cure the glue by dipping in a little bit of the salt water. So, inside the aquarium's a little bit noisy. I filled up a couple gallons of aquarium water to keep the larger pieces in while I was fragging them. So, that's what's going on there. So, I don't know if the camera can pick this up. This is really pretty blue acro. So what I do with some of these acros to help them stick is I take a little bit of clay, rid of the old stuff, and it's an epoxy, so you have to kind of mix the two together here. It's been a long time since I've done a video, guys. I've been so busy, and I just have not had time. I've also picked up some other hobbies that are taking up some of my time right now, or the little free time I do have. But I'm assuming I'm going to start doing a lot more videos just because I'm going to Master next week. So I'm assuming that that'll really help get me going again. So yeah, I just took the epoxy and put it on the plug like that. I'll take the coral and push it in to kind of create a crater, and then use some of the super glue to fill it in. So obviously this is a huge piece for a frag. You know, I could even take something that small and make a frag with it, but if I have it in little pieces, I will do that. So I just use the towel to dry off that area. And make an impression. There's my little impression there. And then fill that with the super glue. And just stick it in again. So as you can see, that really helps it stand up a lot better than the last one. A little bit more time consuming, but the nice thing is when this thing starts encrusting, then it will look a little bit more natural than just being on a frag plug. So, you know, always try to pay it forward. If you were buying a frag and it looked a little bit more natural, and you could just bust off the base and glue it right to a rock and it didn't look like a frag. Plus, I mean, if you were getting that frag, you'd probably be pretty happy. So I'm going to go put this in the tank. So every now and this happens, and I drilled out my frag rack just to try to avoid this, but apparently it wasn't good enough. Where, I guess the cast that they use to make these plugs, the bottom swells up, so sometimes you have to like just shave the little lip off the bottom of the stand to get it in, and you can feel it pretty easily. Even on the acrylic frag plugs, it seems like that ridge is there. Okay, we'll try that. here some goofy pieces that were just hodgepodge odds and ends. So with these, I'll probably try to combine them and make something. So I'm going to put these back in there for now until I put together my epoxy. Now, I don't have a ton of epoxy today, so I'm going to use it sparingly, but just called for it. I'm going to have a huge piece in there that I may try to glue on a frag plug, but I mean, it's ginormous. I could probably sell it for $50 or even $100 right now. And you'll see that piece here in a minute. So, for the first 10 years of my hobby, I couldn't grow SPS coral to save my life, and now it's just growing like a weed. But I am not going to complain. That was a good problem to have. The tank's so mature now that it basically just takes care of itself. Alright. Grab a couple smaller pieces. And I'll put this one right in the middle. Now when you're fragging, remember that these corals in nature do come out of the water. That used to terrify me, but I was kill the coral by letting it get exposed to air, but they do get exposed to the air in the wild, so don't be afraid of that. So this one I won't try to sell this one right away. I'll wait till it encrusts and looks like one solid coral, and then I will, usually I don't sell my corals, I just trade them in, mostly because I'm lazy and I don't feel like posting it online and going and meeting weird people. So, a little bit lazy that way, but this is one that I'll let it crust for a while. Alright, so this next piece is huge, but it was my overflow, and really doing a good thing. Some of it, but thought I would get rid of this piece. See how large this piece is. I don't know if the color can be picked up a little bit, but it's got these really pretty blue tips. So, I'm thinking I'm just going to try to get this on a frag plug just like that. So I might trim off this one piece that's sticking up back here, just so that it fits a little bit better on my plug. In fact, I think I am going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to take this and get a frag plug going for it. And I'm going to need a decent amount of clay for that bottom. Like that. sorry about that. Saw someone post online that they wanted to know why I was fragging on Facebook, so I just pointed them here. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I know it's been 4 months maybe since I've done a video, and I've shot footage for a ton of them. I did a whole video series before I went on vacation, or planned one, on getting your tank ready to go on vacation. And I've got everything filmed, I just haven't had time to sit down and put it together. So hopefully once I get back from Mackinac, I will be kind of inspired to start doing that again. So I figured rather than try to sit down and edit a video today and do all that fun stuff, I thought that I would just do a live one. So since I was going to be fragging corals anyway, it seemed like a pretty, I don't know, made sense, seemed like the right thing to do. Alright, so this is going to be a huge frag. Like I said, if you were trying to buy this frag in a store, it would easily be $100. Now, I'm horrible with these frag names. I have no idea what the name of this thing is. It's an acro with blue tip. And what's funny about this one is when I bought it, it was brown in my tank for like a year. I don't know if it was trying to die or trying to live. It was brown when I bought it, but it was like in a $5 frag swap. And for a year in my tank, it didn't grow and it didn't die. And then all of a sudden, it decided, hey, you know, what the hell, I'm going to start growing and I'm going to turn blue. So, I guess it just got happy. I didn't change anything. So anyway, this is a huge piece right here. That's why I'm, again, doing a little bit of mounting assist. But this will be the last piece and the biggest piece of this coral before I move to the next one. So again, you can see how big this thing is. It's got really pretty blue tips on it. So again, I'm a big guy. That's fairly large. So I'm just going to again make an impression. Pull it out. Get rid of the excess water. Fill it full of glue. And again, just trying to, I take a little bit of the super glue and rough up the edges of the clay to make it look a little bit more like rock. You know, so when it encrusts and you go to sell it or trade it, hopefully it looks a little bit more natural. Anyway, that was a huge coral. Obviously you can tell one side was exposed to the wall of that overflow, the other side was exposed to the tank. So when I put it in my tank, I'm going to try to, color it up on both sides here. So there's this one. We'll put this one in the tank, and then we'll move on to the next coral. sorry that one took so long. You can see what I've got here is I drilled soils that are growing a lot. So minus the company. So I'm going to hold this over the bucket, break some stuff off, and then put it right back in the tank. It's almost easy to just do with your hands. Alright. That's a fairly decent amount there. Believe me, this will come back in no time. So we're going to put this back in the tank. Put him back in the tank. Be right back. Alright, so that was exciting. But like I said, that one's going to grow back a ton. I don't think I'm even going to be able to make frags out of all this, but we'll give it a try. So when you're making frags out of this, you can see a lot of this stuff is this coral skeleton. Only the tips are this bright pink, and the pink doesn't really show up in these videos so well. So what I'll typically do is cut the tips off and just kind of randomly place them on a plug. So, I apologize if I am not one of those guys that can give you every single name. I wish I could, but I cannot. I know Acro, Softy, LPS, and that's about it. That's not entirely true. I know Monty's too. But anyway. I could get this wet, but in fact, I think I'm going to use some more of my coral putty here. We'll put that frag off to the side, let that glue dry a little bit. I'm going to put these back in my water. While I mix up some more clay. Now, if you guys have any questions or anything, I got my computer on in the back, so if you post a comment, I may be able to see it. In fact, I'll go check while I'm doing this real quick. So Drew, if you're still watching, we got a couple different acros that we're going to be doing, some green and some blue. I've got a pink Monty that I need to separate a colony from a rock. I promised that to a store for their display tank. And I've got some Season's Greetings Monty. I've got some Jedi Mind Trick Monty. And I've got some blue Monty that I can't even remember what it's called. So, I don't know if that helps, but I will take some pictures and post it on the chat when I'm done in Facebook so that you can see everything. Alright, so I did that. Let's try this again. This one's really hard to frag because most of what you break off is dead coral skeletons. So it's not a lot of the tips are the only thing that really is alive. So I'm just going to pull a bunch out. And kind of go through it here. That's the last one, so don't need that. Okay, so this is got some color on it. That's very fragile. Like spaghetti strings here. About as thick too. So it's really easy to break. So I guess for fragging that's good. So again, don't know what this thing is called. And you guys kind of saw the mother colony. If you know what any of this stuff is called, I would love for you to comment so I know in the future. But anyway, that's about what a frag of this stuff is going to look like. Once it encrusts, it'll look like one solid colony, and that'll happen really, really quick. So I'm going to go put this in the tank. I'm just going to look through this stuff. See, when it's not in the tank water, it looks brown, it looks pink otherwise, but most of this stuff is not worth fragging. That piece might be, so I'm going to put that back. I'll be back in a minute. So I thought I'd show these frags to you real quick. You can see how much it's encrusted over that plug. So I've got to get these traded now. This one looks horrible outside of the light. It looks brown and dead, but in the water, it looks much, much better. So I'm going to go put these back in the water. I just wanted to show you how much they encrust over that plug, and that's typically when I like to sell them or trade them in. Alright, I don't think there's any other corals in that coop when I said I'd fragging, to be honest with you, so I am going to clean this up real quick and we'll move on to some other coral. Now this one was just, normally if I frag this thing, I won't do a massive cut like that. I'll just break off one little piece at a time, but that thing was so overgrown it was crazy. What's crazy about this coral is that it's so fragile, I've had pieces break off and land in the bottom of the tank, and then 3 months later I'll see a little colony peeking up from between the rocks. So very fragile skeleton, but very hardy. Alright, so this is a colony of green star polyp. It's huge. You can see that it's just growing everywhere, even on the sand bed, trying to find more rock. I have this as an island in my tank. So I'm going to cut it, and these flat pieces I can glue down on some coral. So we won't need any epoxy for this one. So this should be pretty simple. We're just going to cut a piece about the size of the plug and glue it on. So this stuff goes really, really, really fast. And I like it in my tank, but again, when I frag this, I usually don't put it on plugs. I'll usually buy a bunch of small rocks and glue it on the rocks and put it on the front of the tank, wait for it to heal. But I didn't have any rocks, and I needed to cut it down because it had almost started touching some of the other rocks in the tank. So here's the piece here that you can see, and it's how it's starting to grow flat on the sand. This should make a really good piece to glue. I'm going to reuse that one I spread some super glue on earlier, and this should just go right on there. And it does, perfect. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and decide to cut that little piece off of there. Okay, so there's going to be one frag of it, and I'm probably going to do like 10 frags of this, I guess. I have a lot more coral than just 10 frags, but I don't think, it's not very popular. Some people really like it, other people hate it. So I'll make 10, 15 frags of it, and then I'm going to run out of room in my tank for it. So we will see. Sorry about that. Alright. Here's another really good piece that I can use. Again, it's starting to flatten out, which is really nice because it's growing along the sand bed. So I can cut it right there and just glue it on a plug. Sorry about that, everybody. I had to reposition some stuff. Oh. You know what I'm going to do is I've got some really large pieces, and I'm going to put them in another tank that I'm not worried if they grow under anything right now. It's set up to be more of a soft coral tank anyway. It's my quarantine tank. Just because I've got some nice pieces here I would like to glue onto some rock. So rather than just throw them away, I'm going to put them over in another tank. I'll be right back. So the next thing I'm going to do, I have to go get a tool for it. It only takes me about 30 seconds, but like I said, I've got a piece of coral that I promised the local store for a tank sitting for me while I was gone on vacation this summer, and he's been very, very patient. And I'm going to go get my saw and be right back, so it'll only take me about 2 seconds. saw someone just comment that I didn't catch the full thing and said it sucks to hear, or am I getting a new one? But I don't know what you're talking about. Can you elaborate for me? I'm looking at my little screen as I'm doing this, but the good news is I'm assuming you can hear me, so that's good. So, sorry about that. I had to go to the computer and make sure you guys could hear me, and I guess this has been going on about an hour. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. Okay, can you hear me a little bit better now? Yeah? No? I'll try to talk a little bit louder. Sorry, everybody. All right, so I've fragged some stuff. I've got a blue Monty that's hiding behind a big pink Monty I have. I'm going to take, I'll show you guys. And if I let it continue like this, it's going to eventually just block it out. So I don't know if you can see that or not. Of course, the aquarium is dirty. That doesn't help. All right, sorry about that. Let's switch the view here. All right. So that Monty right there is just hidden, and it's really, really pretty, and it's blue, and you can't tell from this. But you can see it's hanging off the edge a little bit. I'm gonna try to break some pieces off so I can move it around closer to the front of the tank. So that's what I'm gonna be doing next. That thing was tough. So I got this little piece here, and it's a slow grow, really the same size as that other Monty. But hopefully this thing can grow, and eventually we'll move it toward the front of the tank. monstrosity right here is a huge piece of coral from the tank, and it's got my two least favorite corals growing on them. Now this kind of looks like a cactus. You've probably seen in the tank before, but I've got a dead spot right here. This I've got so much of, I can't stand it. So, and then it's got zoas growing all over here. So I'm going to just probably break some pieces off here for coral, break some off here for frag, and then I'm going to keep this piece in a quarantine tank for no other reason other than just to help the nitrogen cycle. So first thing I'm going to do is get my big tongs and break this piece off. If it wants to come. Oh, there it goes. Alright. So that's that piece. This piece, I probably can just cut a couple of the choice ones off. It's not very popular, and it grows so fast. I'm just going to take some of the better pieces and do something with that. You know, there's just not a good place to get this one unless I'm going for some of the bundles, but it grows so weird that you don't, it's not like a good place to frag it from. It's kind of like mounds. For now, like I said, I got one good frag off of this. I've already got some frags with this, so I'm going to put this in my other tank for now. We'll go from there. I'm going to check the comments again real quick here. Hold on. So, for those of you that are local, I am a West Sider, and I used to go to Saltwater Junkies quite a bit, but even before they shut down, I started going over to Studio Blue quite a bit more. Dave is the one that was pet sitting for me, so really appreciate that, but have nothing bad to say about the Saltwater Junkie guys either. They helped me move my tank once, and I think that was probably a little bit harder than tank sitting. So I'm going to make another frag here real quick. This is an ugly one, but it was a good, solid, strong piece, so that's why I decided to keep it. Yeah, I've been wanting to go to Reef for a while, and now that the guys have joined forces, it will definitely give me a reason to go. What's weird is, I'm in a weird place in the hobby right now. I've got the Sonoran Reef, which after I I'll show you guys what the tank looks like right before I cut off the video. But it's just destroyed right now. Getting in and fragging some of these things and taking out corals that I'm bored with, and looking to put some higher end, more colorful SPS stuff in the tank. So yeah, it's just a mess right now. I'm gonna have to go over there and pick up some rock to kind of rebuild half of the reef. So yeah, you better go to Studio Blue tomorrow. No, none of the stuff I'm fragging today I'm taking down there. I like to let it heal up a little bit first. I'm going to go to Macna, and then when I get back from Macna is probably when I'll take all the stuff that I'm fragging down there and trade it in. I don't mind meeting up with anyone here locally on the west side of the shore if you guys want something. It's just, I'm lazy. So if you saw something that you liked today, then let me know and I'll meet up with you. Yeah. So I'm going to put these two pieces in. Just one piece in. All right. Flipping this camera around real quick. So you guys can see what the Sonoran Reef looks like. I pretty much decimated this half of the aquarium. I've got some more stuff I have to do here, but yeah, 59th and Peoria, absolutely. I'm at like 67th Avenue and Cactus, so I would be more than happy to meet up with you anytime. So I'll kind of show you some of the stuff I have for sale, but so you can see I have this coral right. Let me get a pointer. Okay. So you can see that this coral is one that I was fragging. It grows everywhere in the tank. I don't need it. I don't want it. It just grows. This is right here. This is remnants of that coral that has just been growing flat in a little crevice of light. So that definitely needs to go. Oh look, there's more of that coral right there that I got to get up before it starts going. So this piece right here is on its way to Studio Blue. I owe it to Dave. I may even go over there today. We'll see. But it came from this piece. So it started growing by accident, and then when I rearranged the tank, it just kind of took off on its own. So there's the trumpet coral that I rescued from the piece I'm giving to Dave. So I've got to find a new home for it. But yeah, you can see this whole side of the reef is toast, especially when I piece right here. It'll be gone. But this is probably right here, this is my favorite piece right now. The one that little goby is hiding out in. So you can see, I mean, it's enormous. You can kind of see, there's my hand, and there's the coral, and it's this beautiful plating coral. I'll try to put it down so you can see it here real quick. So you can see how when it's not pulled off of the rock, it's this beautiful table. It's just kind of cattywampus now. But there's some more of that coral that just grows everywhere that I got to get off. So, wrap up this video. I will be cruising over to Studio Blue, and I'll have to post a picture. Thanks. Yeah, that is a huge coral. I've got frags of that coral, actually. They are right back there. You can see them. They're the biggest ones in the back. And they're fully encrusted. So if you want to frag of that thing's probably at least 2 or 3 inches tall. So post something in the comments. Thank you guys, everyone, for watching. If you like the live video rather than the recorded, edited thing, please let me know. I'll be happy to do more of those. And watch next week while we're at MAXNet. I'll definitely be doing some live stuff. Thank you very much, everybody. It was a beautiful tank until I tore it apart, but we'll get it put back together here in just a little bit. Thanks, everyone, for watching.